Presentation of Bronx Knights Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. This is MLB The Show 20 on PS4. The Bronx Knights is a created franchise that have been inserted into the American League West Division. They've taken the place of the Houston Astros, as you can see on the screen. It's late June. We are right at the midway mark of the regular season, June 24th. This is the 81st game, the exact midway mark. The Knights are 52-28 in the American League West, and they have an 8-game lead on the second place Seattle Mariners. And let's play game number 81. So it's a 3-game set at Texas in Arlington. So we're going to play the first game 11-8. We're going to play the middle game of the 3-game set. The organization, this one, play game, okay. Do you want to stop simulating? No. Play full game. We are the away team at what's known as Global Life Field now in Texas. Looks good. Joey Pollard's going for his 10th win. Looks like Don Mattingly needs a day off. We will put Gio Urshela there. Looks like Saps can play third. Can Saps play third? Yes, he can. Termini will be not the DH, but Francisco Lindor will be the DH. Max, Gio, who's got speed. Oh, Matt Saps has got some. No, wait. Francisco Lindor. Benny, Jacob. Let's put Jacob second. All right, good enough. Let's rock and roll. Joey Pollard's 9-2, and this is the starting lineup. So after the game's over, I'll probably go over the statistics to see the projections for the rest of the season. It's my intention to play every inning of every game of a 162-game schedule. So welcome to a presentation of Major League Baseball, as the Bronx Knights visit the Texas Rangers here in Globe Life Field in Arlington. On the mound for the Rangers is Greg Maddux, making his 17th start of the season. He's only 6-5 with a 4.17 earned run average, so that's a good sign. And leading off, playing in center field for the Knights is Max Luklitch, hitting .316, 3 homers, 20 runs batted in, 21 stolen bases. Here comes the first pitch of the game. And it's a line drive up the middle. It is a base hit for Luklitch. First pitch, he leads off with a single. As I said before, he has 21 steals, so I'm sure he's going to work on that number. Next up is Jacob Salazar, normally in the middle of the lineup, but today he's batting second. .353 average, 11 homers, 56 runs batted in. And first pitch, he's off. It's inside. Throw down to second is not in time. That's steal number 22 for Luklitch on the season. And just like that, they have a runner in scoring position with nobody out here in the top of the first. And he hits a line drive the other way to left, and it is caught for the first out. Starting lineup for the Knights, Max Luklitch led off. Jacob Salazar bats second, plays short. Chris Ramos is at second. Michael O'Rourke is in left. Benny Cicero is in right. Matt Saps is the third baseman. Francisco Lindor is the DH. Gio Urshela today is playing first, and batting ninth and catching is Anthony Millo. Chris Ramos is hitting .379. First pitch is outside, ball one. .379 with a team-high 30 home runs here at the midway spot of the season. And he hits it high and deep. It's deep. It's got a chance at the warning track. He makes the catch. The runner does not advance, so there's 2 down here in the first. He's a few feet away from hitting his 31st homer, but it's just a long out. Next up, batting fourth is Michael O'Rourke, batting .350, 18 homers, 57 runs batted in. Luklitch leads off second. Pitch is low in the dirt. Bounced, kept in front of him. Nice play by the catcher. And it's a deep drive, and it may be in there. It may be more than just that. It's going to be gonzo, ladies and gentlemen. That's a 2-run home run for Michael O'Rourke. His 19th of the season. Superman reveals himself at second base. So it's a 2-0 lead for the Bronx Knights. And yeah, we've gotten used to this at this point, that his home runs have been, as you can call them, spectacular. O'Rourke is... I'm really shocked that the manager is giving him a hand, but bottom line is that he has 19 homers and the Knights have a 2-0 lead. Here's the replay. So next up is Benny Cicero. Benny's hitting .277, 18 homers, 68 runs batted in. Swings over the top of the circle change for strike one. Benny is the right fielder. Pitches outside, count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike on Benny. Again, swings out in front of the changeup. Count is 1-2. Oh, he hits him. Not intentional. He had 2 strikes on him. So with 2 outs here in the top of the first, they now have another base runner. Free pass. So Matt Saps, playing third base today, is hitting .250, 13 homers, 42 runs batted in. It's 2 outs here in the top of the first. Quick throw to first, and Cicero is back. Again, another quick throw to first. And Saps pulls it foul, strike one. And it's in there for strike one. Throw down to second is not in time. It's the second stolen base of the inning, as Cicero swipes second. So he's in scoring position for Saps here with 2 outs. The count is 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, side retired. So even though they leave a runner at second, it's Michael O'Rourke with the big hit, a 2-run home run here in the bottom of the top of the first. Check that. The Knights have a 2-0 lead before the Rangers even come to bat. So on the mound for the Knights, Joey Pollard, their ace, making his 13th start of the season. He's 9-2 with a 2.51 earned run average. Leading off for the Rangers is Johnny Damon, hitting .323, 10 homers, 34 RBIs, 21 steals. He is a triple threat. In there, strike one. Bronx Knights at 52-28, good for first place in their division. Fouls off the circle change. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Damon. Inside corner, strike 3. And there's 1 down here in the bottom of the first.
Batting second, the left fielder, number 9.
So up second is Minnie Minoso. .268, 13 homers, 39 runs batted in. At the knees, strike 1. Swing and a miss at the breaking ball. Count is 0-2. He grounds it up the middle past the diving attempt by Salazar and into center field. It is a 1-out single for the Texas Rangers. Minoso's at first. Next up is Ernie Banks, hitting .294, 19 homers, 53 runs batted in, and just yesterday hit his 700th career home run. Got a nice hand for it. Knuckle curve floats in there for strike one. He's going. Strong throw from the catcher, but it is not in time. Minoso steals second. That's his 7th steal of the season. He is in scoring position for Ernie Banks here with 1 out. Pitch is low. Count is 1-2 on Banks. 2-2.
I got to count 2-2.
And it is a deep drive towards the gap, and it will fall in there and get past O'Rourke, and it goes all the way to the wall, and it's going to be an RBI double for Ernie Banks, and they've cut the lead in half. It's the Bronx Knights leading 2-1. That's his 22nd double of the season. Here's the replay. So next up is Jorge Soler, batting .232, 9 homers, 36 runs batted in. Still only 1 out here in the first. And he grounds it. Saps holds the runner at second, throws across the diamond for the 2nd out. Starting lineup for the Rangers, you've already seen Damon, Minoso, Banks, and Soler. Eddie Murray is at first. Ivan Rodriguez is the catcher. Corey Dickerson is the DH. Joe Rizzo is at third. And CJ Hinojosa is at second base and batting 9th. So Eddie Murray, 318, 15 homers, 52 runs batted in. He has a chance of driving a run. Pitch is just low. Ball 1. Hall of Fame first baseman, switch hitter, played for the Baltimore Orioles in the 80s and 90s. In there, strike 1. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Circle change floats in there for strike 2. Just gets a piece of the curve. Count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs, runner leads off second. It's a 2-1 ball game. And he lines it. Oh, diving catch by Salazar to retire the side. What a play. Saved a run. So they get a run back, but thanks to Jacob Salazar, this play, it's a 1-run lead for the Knights. So top of the second, Francisco Lindor, sitting .328 in part-time play, steps in left side against the righty Maddox. Inside ball 1. Swings and misses at the outside fastball. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Lindor. Just misses. Count is 2-1. Just gets a piece of the high 2-seamer. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes here in the top of the second. Full count, 3-2. Gio Urshela, playing in place of Don Mattingly today at first, is on deck. Checks his swing, pitches low, and he walks the leadoff man. Lindor is at first.
The first baseman, Gio Urshela.
So, Gio Urshela hitting .347 on the season. Again, another part-time player. Quick throw to first. Lindor is back. Checks his swing, pitches low, count is 1 ball, no strikes on Gio. And he pulls it to the shortstop, over to second for 1, back to first, double play. 6-4-3 DP, and there's 2 outs, and the bases are now empty. Batting ninth is Anthony Millo. Anthony's hitting .226, 5 homers, 27 runs batted in. Pitches at the knees for strike 1. It's a tough pitch. And he fouls off the 2-seamer. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on the catcher. Just gets a piece of the circle change to stay alive. Swing and a miss, strike three. The high fastball on the side is retired. So inning and a half of baseball has been played here in Arlington. Bronx Knights lead 2-1. We go to the bottom of the second. Ivan Rodriguez hitting .274, steps to the plate, Hall of Fame catcher. Grounds to the first baseman. Gio scoops it, fields it himself, and there's one away. Defensive alignment for the Bronx Knights in the outfield from left to right. It's Michael O'Rourke, Max Luklitch, and Benny Lo Cicero. And in the infield today is Matthew Saps, Jacob Salazar, Chris Ramos, Gio Urshela at first, with Anthony Mello behind the plate. So next up for the Rangers is Corey Dickerson, .247, 4 homers, 21 runs batted in. Swing and a miss at the two-seamer, strike one. Inside, ball one. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. And he pulls the knuckle curve foul. Count is 1-2 on Dickerson. And he just gets a piece of the two-seamer to stay alive. Count remains 1-2 with 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Oh, he hits it deep. That one is not coming back. It is a tie ball game here in the second inning, as Dickerson hits his 5th home run, a solo shot, and it's a 2-2 ball game. See this replay. Corey Dickerson just took it yard. .438. Oof. So, tie ball game. 1 out in the second. Joe Rizzo's hitting .250, steps to the plate. At the knees, strike 195 on the radar gun. Line drive past the diving Salazar and into left field. It is a base hit. Rizzo is at first with 1 out. Goes with it the other way. It's a line drive between short and third. So next up is the number 9 hitter, CJ Hinojosa, hitting .269, 4 homers, 13 runs batted in. Floats in there for strike one. At the knees, strike two. Grounds it to the pitcher. He decides to take the easy out at first, and there are 2 down. Runner advances to second. So they do have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs as Johnny Damon steps in again. Second plate appearance. He struck out in the first. Inside corner, strike one. Fouls off the knuckle change. Count is 0-2 on Damon. Just gets a piece of the two-seam fastball. Count remains 0-2. So it's a 2-2 ball game. Game is tied. Slow roller to first. Gio gobbles it up, takes it himself, side retired. So they get a run back on Corey Dickerson's solo home run to tie the game. At the end of 2 innings of play, it's 2-2. 2-2. Top of the third. Lineup turns over. It's Max Luklitch is 1 for 1.
The center fielder, number 38.
Just gets a piece of the circle change, fouls it off for strike one.
Ball.
High, ball one. just missteps the inside corner. And he slaps it to center. Long run for Johnny Damon, and he makes it sliding, diving catch. Nice play for the first out. My goodness, show us a replay. That was nice. Oof. So next up is Jacob Salazar, who's been on a hot streak of lately. Hit 2 homers and drove in 7 runs in his last game. It's 0 for 1 today. And he slaps that one hard, but looks like the right fielder will get to it. He makes the catch for the second out, Soler, in the right field. So 2 quick outs here in the third. Next up is Chris Ramos. He's hitting .377. He's 0 for 1 today. Switch hitter batting from the left side. Fouls off the circle change for strike 1. He has 30 homers, which leads the American League in home runs. Pitch is high. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on the second baseman. Leads all vote getters for second base in the American League. And that's a line drive over the head of the second baseman, and will roll all the way to the wall. So that's going to be a 2-out double for Ramos. That is his. I'll check that. I'm not sure how many doubles he has on the season. I will check the scorebook. Michael O'Rourke had a 2-run homer in his last at bat. Now he's got a chance to drive in the run and release a single. Pitches low in the dirt, blocked nicely, no advance. Count is 1-0 on O'Rourke, the left fielder. Outside ball 2. Game is tied at 2 here in the top of the third. The Knights are threatening. Oh, and that one is in there. That's going to go all the way to the wall as well. That's an RBI double for Michael O'Rourke, and the score is now 3-2 Knights. Nice hitting with 2 outs. Let's see the replay. It's his 25th double of the season. Almost the identical spot. Benny Lo Cicero, hit by the pitch in the first, steps in. And he fouls off the inside fastball, strike 1. Swings over the top of the fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Jams him. Count will remain 0-2. So there's 2 outs, but a runner at second leading off here in the third. Pitch is high, ball 1. And he fouls the curveball back to the screen. And we'll do it again. Runner leads off second is O'Rourke. Lo Cicero is at the plate. Just gets a piece of the curveball to stay alive. And he skies it the other way. Long run from Minoso. He makes the catch by the wall, and the side is retired. But Michael O'Rourke had an RBI double to give the Bronx Knights the lead. At 2.5 innings of baseball, it's the Knights 3, the Rangers 2. So bottom of the third. Minnie Minoso was a single, a run scored, steps up for a second plate appearance. At the knees, a strike 1.
0-1's the count.
Oh, he hits it deep. This ball game is tied yet again. It's inside the foul pole, and we are tied at 3. Minnie Minoso hits his 14th homer of the season, a solo shot. My goodness. Joey did not, whatever he had, he left in the bullpen, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look at this. Oof. Upper deck, second tier. So Ernie Banks steps up. He had an RBI double in his first at bat. Pitches low, ball 1. Swing and a miss at the curveball. Strike one. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Oh no, this is deep to center, deepest part of the ballpark. Luklitch is back at the track. He makes a leap, does not come down with it. It's back-to-back homers. That's Ernie Banks' 20th homer of the season, and they take a 4-3 lead here in the 3rd inning. That is home run number 701 in the career of Ernie Banks. He hit 700 yesterday. Oh my goodness, they are tattooing him. Luklitch tried to bring it back, but he doesn't quite have the height. So before we go any further, manager, let's make a mound visit, just so we can give him a little confidence. Jorge Soler is 0 for 6 in the series. He's 0 for 1 today. He's waiting for this mound visit to break up. Still nobody out here in the 3rd. At the knees, strike 1. Grounds it to the first baseman. Tosses it over nicely. Oh, he didn't make it there in time. Pollard did not cover the base. They call it a base hit, but actually Pollard didn't get over there fast enough. So there's a runner at first, still with nobody out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Eddie Murray is up. He's 2 for 5 in the series so far. 0 for 1 today. Fouls off the two-seamer, strike 1. Swing and a miss at the knuckle curve inside. Chased it. Count is 0-2. And he fouls it the other way. Count remains 0-2. Goes up in the strike zone. Fouls it back. Grounds it down the 3rd base line, but it goes foul. Again, he fouls off the circle change. Count remains 0-2. He just keeps fouling them off. It's a battle. Just off the plate inside. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Eddie Murray. And again, he fouls it off. What a battle. Another foul ball. This is his 11th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Back to the screen. Here comes pitch number 12. Grounds it past the first baseman and into left field. Check that, right field. It is a base hit, and with runners at first and second, with nobody out, they already have a 1-run lead, 4-3, and they just keep on battering Joey Pollard here today at Arlington. Let's go to the bullpen, manager's office bullpen. We're going to warm up Telly. We're going to warm up, no, we're just going to warm up Telly because it's early. All right. In there, strike 1. Ivan Rodriguez is 0 for 1. And it's a line drive base hit. He throws to the plate. The runner is going. It's a strong throw. It is up the line. It's an RBI single. And a 5-3 ball game. My goodness. Ivan Rodriguez has the RBI single. Let's watch this again. And it's going to be a quick exit. Corey Dickerson steps up. Manager goes to the bullpen and brings in Telly in relief. Don Mattingly is the skipper. So Telly Argios. It's his 16th game. He spot starts. He was in the rotation. It was a failed experiment, just like he dropped his glove. This is game number 16 he has appeared in. He's 4-4 with a 5.50 ERA. He's here to mop up a couple of innings. Let's see how he does. Pitch is low, ball 1. Oh, grounds it off his foot. And everybody's going to be safe. It's bases loaded with nobody out here in the third. So, Joe Rizzo singled in the second. He has 1 for 1. There's nowhere to put him. And it's a line drive base hit down the left field line. It rolls all the way into the corner. O'Rourke fields it and fires in. It's going to be at the very least a 2-run double for Rizzo and a 7-3 ball game. It's Rizzo's second double of the season. He's a part-time player. Let's watch this. First pitch. Down the line. Oh my goodness. Next up is Hinojosa. He pops it up, foul territory. Gio is there. He makes the catch in short right field for the first out finally of this third inning. The runners do not advance. Johnny Damon is up. He's 0 for 2. Inside corner, strike 1. Low ball 1. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. On the leadoff man for the Texas Rangers. Outside, count is 2-1. Runners are at first and second with 1 out here in the bottom of the third. It is a 7-3 lead for the Texas Rangers. This is going to be an RBI single, long throw, and he gets him by a half a step. There's 2 outs, but it's an RBI ground out for Johnny Damon. No, check that. It's an RBI ground out for Hinojosa. No, wait, Johnny Damon, yeah. Johnny Damon RBI ground out. It's 8-3 Texas Rangers. Next up is Minnie Minoso, 2 for 2 with a homer so far. He has a runner at second with 2 outs. Line drive caught by the third baseman, side retired. Saps makes a nice play, but not before a bundle of runs are scored. At the end of 3 innings of play, it's Texas 8, Bronx Knights 3. Oof, God, what a mess. Matthew Saps, third baseman, struck out in the first.
The third baseman, number 31.
Swing and a miss, the inside pitch, strike 1. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Chases a high pitch, counting quickly 1 ball and 2 strikes. It should be 2-1 at the very least. But that's a base hit heading towards the gap. And this might be a double. He's trying for second, and he's going to make it. So it's a stand-up double here to lead off the top of the fourth. They've got a lot of work to do. That's Saps' 12th double of the season. Here's the replay. If they're going to chip away, it's got to be 1 run at a time. So next up is Francisco Lindor. Pitches outside, ball 1. He walked in the second inning. No official at bat as of yet. Saps leads off second. Grounds it to the first baseman. He takes it himself. Eddie Murray makes a nice play. The runner moves over to third with less than 2 outs. So it was a productive out. Gio Urshela is 0 for 1 with a ground out. Steps in against Greg Maddux. Pitches high, ball 1. Saps leads off third. 1 down here in the fourth. Swing and a miss at the fastball. Strike 1. Fouls off the high fastball. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Urshela. And he pops it up. It is shallow. And he no chance on that shallow ball. So that's a wasted opportunity. He did not get the runner home. And there's 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. Next up is Anthony Millo. He needs a hit to get him in. It's 2 outs. Inside backs him off the plate. Strike. Check that. Ball 1. 1-0. Outside, 2-0. And he pulls it sharply foul. Count as 2 balls and 1 strike on Miller. Just gets a piece of the outside fastball. Count even to 2 balls and 2 strikes on the catcher. And it's a line drive. Will stay up there for Soler to make the catch and retire the side. They strand the runner at third. And after 3.5 innings of baseball, it's a 5-run lead. Texas is ahead 8-3. So, unfortunately, Heidi, we're sorry we cannot hear you. There's something wrong with the microphone. So we're going to get back to you later on in the game once we get that squared away. So next up is Ernie Banks. He's 2 for 2. Inside corner, strike 1. Ernie has an RBI today. He's got a homer. Homer number 701, homer number 20 in the season. Fouls it back, strike 2. Grounds it to Ramos at second. Fires across for the first out. Here at the bottom of the 4th. Joey Pollard's line is not pretty. It's 2 innings. He gave up 9 hits and 7 earned runs. That is not what we're used to seeing from Joey. So, Jorge Soler has a single and a run scored. He's 1 for 2 today. He's up there with 1 out in the 4th. And it is a line drive single to right. And they have a runner at first with 1 out. Here's the replay. So it's a 3-game set at Arlington. The Bronx Knights won the first game 11-8. As you can see, they are losing this matchup 8-3 currently. First pitch to Eddie Murray is in there for strike 1. 3 for 6 in the series. Did a single today. Inside off the plate. Ball 1. Grounds it up the middle, base hit. And there will be runners at first and second with 1 out here in the 4th. They're going to have to figure something out. Pitching staff is getting tattooed today. Next up is Ivan Rodriguez. Ooh, my goodness, that was low and outside, but the umpire called it strike 1. Ivan Rodriguez is an RBI single today. He's 1 for 2. And he goes down there and golfs it. Count is 0-2. Just off the inside corner. Ball 1. Now that looked like a strike. Go figure. Swing and a miss out in front of the changeup, and there's 2 down. Big out. Corey Dickerson's 2 for 2 with a homer today.
The designated hitter, Corey Dickerson.
Curveball's in there for strike 1. Grounds it to third. Saps. Fires across. Side retired. So, they could put some runners on, but they don't get them across. At the end of 4 innings of baseball, the Texas Rangers lead 8-3. Manager's office, bullpen. Let's go Jesse Biddle. We'll warm him up. We'll try to squeeze a couple of more innings out of Telly. Max is 1 for 2. And he fouls off the fastball, strike 1. It's top of the 5th. Bronx Knights have to put some runs together. They're down by 5. Inside, 1-1 on the center fielder. Low ball 2, 2-1. Three balls, 1 strike. Jacob Salazar is on deck. It's a hitter's count, 3-1. Inside corner, count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the top of the 5th. There's the payoff pitch.
No, that's it.
Inside, ball 4, and he walks the leadoff man. That's what they need. They need base runners.
The bat, number 3.
Next up is Jacob Salazar. He's 0 for 2.
Salazar.
Line drive into right field. It is a base hit. And there will be runners at first and third with nobody out here in the 5th. They've got something going.
Now batting.
Next up is Chris Ramos. He's 1 for 2 with a double. His batting average is .380. He has an opportunity here. And he fouls off the circle change for strike 1. He is the main guy in the lineup. Swing and a miss at the high fastball, chased it. And the count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Ramos. Outside ball 1, count is 1 and 2. And it is a shallow fly ball to center field. Damon is there. He's going to tag up. He's got a lot of speed. Throw is up the line. It's an RBI sac fly for Ramos, and it's a 4-run ball game. Texas leads 8-4.
Now batting. Left field.
So with 1 out, Michael O'Rourke is 2 for 2. He's got a homer, a double. He has 3 runs batted in. Bats with a runner at first. And he fouls off the fastball, strike 1. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Quick throw to first. Salazar is back. Pulls it down the first base line and it's foul. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on O'Rourke. Fouls off the circle change to stay alive. We'll do it again. And he looks like it was a hit and run. Long run for the left fielder Minoso, but he makes the catch for the 2nd out. He has to return to first base. So 2 outs, Benny Cicero is 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch and stole the base, but officially he's 0 for 1. Outside ball 1.
Count 1-0.
And quick throw over to first. Salazar's back. Checks the swing. It's outside. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. And it's a line drive, and that's going to be in there for a base hit. It's Benny Cicero's first hit of the game. And there's runners at first and second with 2 out here in the top of the 5th. Here's the replay.
Number 31.
Next up is Matthew Saps. He is 1 for 2 with a double. Just outside, ball 1. And he pops him up. First base side, Murray is there. He makes the catch to retire the side to strand 2 runners on. But they do get a run on the sac fly by Ramos. And halfway through the 5th, it's Texas 8-4. Bottom of the 5th. Joe Rizzo's 2 for 2 with single, a double. He's got 2 runs batted in. I'm going to massage. Oh, it's right back to the mound. Telly has it, throws to first. 1 pitch, 1 away. I'm going to massage Telly to see how many outs I can get out of him before I have to go to the bullpen. CJ Hinojosa, it's 0 for 2. Pitches low, ball 1. It's 4 for his last 8. CJ is hot. Lines it just over the top of the Texas Rangers dugout. Strike 1. Line drive, base hit to center. He is 5 for 9 in his last handful of games. Runner at first with 1 out here in the 5th.
center fielder.
Johnny Damon is 0 for 3 today. Just low, ball 1. And he hits it deep, but playable. He runs into the gap, and Luklitch is there to make the catch for the second out. Next up is Minnie Minoso. He's 5 for 8 with 2 homers in this series. 2 outs in the 5th. Pitch is just under the knees, ball 1. Fouls off the changeup. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. So there's a runner at first here in the bottom of the 5th. It's an 8-4 Texas lead. Grounds it back through the box into center field. It is a base hit. And now they are threatening with runners at first and second and 2 outs. The Knights cannot afford the lead to get any higher than just 4 runs is a tough mountain to climb. So Banks is up, manager, bullpen. Going to bring in Jesse Biddle. We're going to put him in the game. Jesse Biddle, a left-hander, comes in. He has pitched in 27 games. He's 2-2. He has 4 saves. His ERA is 2.05. He's got a hard-throwing left-hander. Has a tough assignment in Ernie Banks, and he throws at the knees for strike 1. Fouls off the slider, in on his hands. Count goes 0-2. Strike 3 called at the knees, and the side is retired. Nasty pitch. Doesn't look like Banks agrees, but too much class to argue. At the end of 5 innings of play, it's Texas 8, Bronx 4. So we go to the top of the 6th. Francisco Lindor's over 1. They need base runners. Let's see what they can do. Maddox is still out there. Just misses outside, ball 1. Low, ball 2.
2-0.
At the knees, strike 1, count is 2 balls and 1 strike. And he blasts it, but I think the center fielder is going to make it. Maybe not. Let's see. Oh, nice running catch by Johnny Damon. At the warning track. Went a long way for that one for the first out. So Gio Urshela is 0 for 2. There's 1 out in the 6th. Steps in. And he swings and misses. Actually tried to check his swing, but was unsuccessful. It's strike 1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Chases, showing a little wildness at the plate. Count as no balls and 2 strikes on Urshela. Inside ball 1, 1-2. High, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 6th. And he hits a line drive, which is curving, slicing foul. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes on Urshela. Grounds it down the third base line, a bouncer from foul territory. Long throw in time for out number 2. Next up is Anthony Millo. He is 0 for 2 today.
Ball 1.
Pitch is high, ball 1.
Count 1-0.
And he pops him up. Hinojosa is there, makes the catch. 1-2-3 inning for Greg Maddux and the Texas Rangers. 5.5 complete. They lead by 4. So, Jorge Soler is 2 for 3, steps in against Biddle in the 2nd inning of work. And he smashes it foul, but it's a hard strike. but a strike nonetheless. Out in front of the slider, strike 2. Fouls the two-seam fastball back to the screen. Count remains 0-2. And he pops a shallow fly ball to center. Long run for Luklitch, but he makes it for the first out. Eddie Murray's 2 for 3. Switch hitter now turns around and bats from the right side against the lefty Biddle. At the knees, strike 1. Borderline strike, but he got the call. Curveball in there, strike 2.
0-2 is the count.
Just misses outside. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Murray. And he hits a lazy fly ball to center. Luklitch is there. He makes the catch. 2 away. So there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. It's a 4-run ball game. Texas leads 8-4. Ivan Rodriguez, the catcher, Hall of Fame catcher, has an RBI single today. He's 1 for 3. And he grounds a foul for strike number 1. Grounds it just back to the pitcher. Throws over to first. Easy 1-2-3 inning for Jesse Biddle. And at the end of 6, it's an 8-4 ball game. Top of the 7th, the lineup turns over. Max has a single today and 2 runs scored. He is 1 for 2.
Number 38.
And he pulls it foul for strike number 1. He's got to get on. Straightaway center. He's there. Damon makes the catch for out number 1.
The bat, number 3.
Jacob Salazar is 1 for 3 with a single.
Salazar.
Outside ball 1. Bullpen is active for the Texas Rangers. And he pops him up. Long run from Minoso, but he will get there in the left center field gap. And there are 2 outs.
The bat.
Chris Ramos is an RBI double today. He's 1 for 2.
Ramos.
Actually, he's got a double and a sac fly. Pitches low ball 1. Low ball 2. 2-0. And he smashes it deep, but foul. The count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Way ahead of it. Outside corner, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes on the All-Star. Full count, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases empty. Top of the 7th. Here comes the payoff pitch. And he skies it to left. Minoso barely has to move, and he makes the catch to retire the side. Time for the 7th inning stretch, ladies and gentlemen. Not a very exciting ball game. Texas is winning easily, 8-4. Unless I can do something about it. Let's go. Bottom of the 7th. Biddle is still out there. Corey Dickerson is 2 for 3. At the knee, strike 1.
Dickerson.
Swing and miss is out in front of the curveball, strike 2. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Out number 1 is recorded here in the bottom of the 7th. Joe Rizzo steps up with 1 out. And he fouls it off, slicing into the seats for strike number 1. Curveball's in there on the outside corner, strike 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's 2 strikeouts in the inning. CJ Hinojosa is 1 for 3 with a single. He steps in, 2 outs.
CJ.
Hard ground ball to the third baseman. Saps, Fields, fires. Got him. So it's end of 7. It's still a 4-run game. Texas leads 8-4. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
Taking over in relief for the Rangers is Seth Lugo, making his 24th appearance. His record is 0-1 with a 3.26 earned run average. He faces Michael O'Rourke, who has a home run today. This was in the first inning. Boom. And when it came down, it was a 2-run home run to give him a quick 2-0 lead. Lots happened since then. He is 2 for 3.
Nope.
Inside, ball 1.
Ball
10
1,
is 21,778. Certainly not a sellout. Fouls off the fastball. 96 on the radar gun. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. And he gets a piece. Chases a pitch in the dirt. Count is 1-2. Fouls off the fastball. Slow roller to the second baseman. He flips to the pitcher covering, and there's 1 away here in the top of the 8th. A lefty and a righty are warming up the Rangers bullpen as Benny Losicero steps to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Fouls it back, strike 1. Swings and misses through the curveball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Losicero. And he pops him up on the outfield grass, actually short center field. Banks makes the catch for out number 2. Next up is Matt Saps. He's 1 for 3 with a double. There are 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Time is getting short for the comeback. Hits this high and deep, but playable. Damon is there in front of the 410 foot sign. Makes the catch. Side retired. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. Texas Rangers lead 8-4. Johnny Damon steps up. He is 0 for 4 today. In there, strike 1, 95 on the radar gun. Jesse's done a good job in relief, regardless of what happens this inning. Fouls it off, strike 2. Jams him with the 2-seam fastball. Count remains 0-2. And he lines it short left field. It is a base hit. He makes a big turn at first, but a strong throw from O'Rourke keeps him at first. But they have the leadoff man on here in the bottom of the 8th. Let's watch the slow motion replay, or the show motion replay, whatever you want to call it. Nice play. Oh, Minnie Minoso's up. 3 for 4 with a homer. My goodness. Swing and a miss, the fastball, strike 1. Grounds it 6, 4, 3, and there's 2 down. Nice play. So just like that, it's 2 outs and bases empty. Before Ernie Banks hits, I'm going to go manager's office bullpen. I'm going to have John Smoltz just warming up. In the event that I somehow tie this ball game, he'll be able to come in and pitch the 9th. At the knees, strike 1. Jesse Biddle seems to be in command. Slider, strike 2. And he smashes it to right field. at the line. Lo Cicero makes the catch to retire the side. So we go to the 9th. Last licks for the Bronx Knights. They need 4 to tie. Texas Rangers lead 8-4. Let's do this. Let's make a comeback. Francisco Lindor. He is 0 for 2. He had a walk in this game. Steps in. With nobody. Leads off the 9th. Lugo is in there for a second inning of work. And first pitch swinging flies out to Minoso, 1 away. Next up is Gio Urshela. Nope. Sorry, Gio. Bullpen. No, not bullpen. Manager's office substitution. So Gio is at first. Let's go Don Mattingly. Don Mattingly is the starter at first base. He's got a day off. Since he's a righty, let's have the lefty come up. Donnie Baseball's hitting 304, 17 homers, 65 runs batted in. Outside ball 1. We need base runners. Ball 2. Swings and misses at ball 3, so the count is 2-1. Line drive the other way, slicing into the bullpen. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Mattingly. Fouls off the high fastball, staying alive. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here in the top of the 9th, they're trailing by 4. Popped him up. Will it make the seats? It is caught at the dugout wall. Nice play for the 2 outs. And they're down to their final out. No, we're not watching this. So, let's pinch hit. Manager, substitutions. And there's nobody to pinch hit. So you know what? I'm not going to insult him like that. Go for it. It's a 4-run game. Go for it, Anthony. You're 0 for 3. Be 1 for 4. Let's go. Checks the swing. Low, ball 1. Come on, get on. It's a line drive, which is in there for a base hit. And he refuses to be the final out of the ball game. So with 2 outs, they have a runner at first. In order to get the tying run at the plate, they have to have the bases loaded. So now Max Luklitch represents the final out of the game. He is 1 for 3 with a single. At the knees, strike 1.
All ones the count.
Inside, ball 1. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike. Two and 1. We have 2 outs in the 9th. Texas leads by 4. And he pulls it high and deep. That is Gonzo, ladies and gentlemen. It is a 2-run home run for Max Luklitch, the smallest player on the team, with 2 outs in the 9th. His 4th home run of the season. And just like that, it's an 8-6 ball game. That's clutch, ladies and gentlemen. Let's watch the replay. Oh! So, next up. No, I'm sorry. Eric Gagne is now out of the bullpen to get the final out for the save. He's pitched in 17 games. He has 15 saves. His ERA is 3.94. They're not playing any more games. Jacob Salazar is up. He is 1 for 4 with a single. He's not stupid. He knows he needs to get on in order for the tying run to come to the plate. Ball 1. Score is now 8-6. Ball 2. Fouls off the 97-mile-an-hour fastball. The count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Salazar. 3 balls, 1 strike. Chris Ramos is on deck. The hitters count 3-1. Take a pitch. I need a base run. Right down the middle. Strike 2. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 9th. They need a base runner. Outside, ball 4, walks him. The tying run will come to the plate in the form of Chris Ramos, who currently has 30 home runs to lead the American League. Chris Ramos is 1 for 3 with a double and a sac fly today. 2 outs in the 9th, down by 2. And it's a line drive base hit to left field. And it'll be runners at first and second, and the tying run will now be at first base. Here's the replay. He's 2 for 3. Perhaps 2 for 4. I'm going to ignore that. Michael O'Rourke, who has a home run today, he's 2 for 4, is up there with runners at first and second. He is the go-ahead run. A little late on the fastball, 95 on the radar gun. It's good for strike 1. Runners lead off first and second. Outside, count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, late on the fastball, count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. They're down to their final strike. Inside, just misses him. Count evens. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners off first and second. Down by 2, 8-6. It's a full count. The runners will be in motion. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 outs in the 9th. Down by 2. Just gets a piece to stay alive. And we'll do it again. Here comes the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, ball game over. Texas wins 8-5. Check that, 8-6. So, they split the first 2 games of this 3-game set. The Knights won the first one 11-8. This one they lose 8-6. So tomorrow's game determines the winner of the series on the road, best 2 out of 3. Unfortunately, it would be nice to have a win, but when you play 162 games, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Today was a loss. It happens. So I'm going to go through the stats after this game is over, since it is officially 81 games, the halfway mark of the season. So if you're in the mood, stick around for a few minutes. So as far as the scoreboard is concerned, Texas 8 runs, 16 hits, no errors. Bronx Knights 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors. The win goes to Greg Maddox. The loss to Joey Pollard. He's 9-3. Eric Gagne gets his 16th save of the year, and Minnie Minoso went 3 for 5 with a homer. He is named the player of the game. So let's first of all, let's exit the post game. Confirm exit. Okay. And we're going to the menu in order to see the roster, so we can go through one at a time to see what the halfway mark. So this is game 81 of 162 game schedule. We can get an idea of. So we're going to quick sell that because I'm not interested in that little XP record. Okay, the game is saved. 52-29 is the record. 52-29. 8-game lead in the division. That's halfway to 104 wins. So, you know what? 104-58 is nothing too shabby. Let's look at the lineup. Max Luklitch. So Max is hitting .318. He's on pace to hit, as you can see in the upper left-hand corner, he's on pace to hit 8 homers and drive in 44 runs in 600 at-bats. But let's look at this player card for a second. Statistics. He has 25 doubles, so he's on pace for 50 doubles. And he's on pace for 44 steals. So even though some of his stats will look 50 doubles and 44 steals isn't bad for a leadoff guy. Don Mattingly, .303. He's on pace for 34 homers and 65 is 130 runs batted in. Nice. 34 homers, 130 RBIs. Chris Ramos is on pace for 60 homers and 140 runs batted in. Michael O'Rourke's on a pace for 38 homers, 120 RBIs. Jacob Salazar is on a pace for 22 homers, 112 runs batted in. Benny Cicero is on pace for 36 homers and 134 runs batted in. 132, maybe 132. Matt Saps on pace for 26 homers, 84 RBIs. And Matt Termini on pace for 10 homers, 72 RBIs. Anthony Millo is the number 9 hitter, the catcher. 10 homers and 54 RBIs. So let's go to the pitching staff, pitching rotation. Joey Pollard is 9-3, which means he's on a pace for 18 wins. Eli Ramos has got 10-2. He's on pace for 20 wins. Madison Bumgarner has been in and out of the rotation, but he's on a pace for a 10-2 season, not so shabby. Brendan Pizarski's on a pace for 12-6. Patrick Joseph's on a pace for 16-6. And just in case you're wondering, John Smoltz has how many saves? Player card, statistics. He is on pace for only 24 saves. So not so good for John Smoltz. Maybe he'll have a better second half. So in any event, that does it for the 81st game of the regular season for this created franchise on MLB The Show 20 on the PS4. They are the Bronx Knights. They're winning their division, leading by 8 games halfway through the season. Unfortunately, this game was a loss. Let's put it down here. It was a 8-6 loss. Joey Pollard didn't get the win, but they made it interesting in the bottom of the 9th. So I am RC Robbin. This has been Bronx Night Baseball. Thank you so much for joining me, and have yourself a great night.